I'm super excited because it's finally here. The Street Fighter Ryu from Jada Toys. This action figure I have been waiting for a very long time. The Street Fighter 2 line looks amazing. And I've been trying to find these figures out in the wild, but I finally got one shipped to me. And keep watching to the end of this episode because I'm going to share a special story with you on why Street Fighter means so much to me. So let's go ahead and check out this Ryu Street Fighter action figure. Hadoken! I'm not very good at this. Now, Jada Toys just recently released the Street Fighter 2 action figure of Ryu, and I'm so happy with all the details to this collectible video game figure. Jada Toys supplies 2 sets of heads, one with the stoic determination, as you can see, and the other showing the fighting ferocity to take down the next challenger. Ryu hasn't missed a fighting workout session at all, as his arms are as buffed as ever. You can even see some vein-popping action going on here. He is even sporting his iconic red fighting gloves, which must be new since they don't have any fighting damage on them. I wonder who he's going to break them in on. Ryu dons his classic white gi into battle. I love how well texturized it is, giving you a sense of the heavy-duty fabric it is made of in order to withstand the fighting damage to it. But no martial arts gi is going to contain Ryu's arms, so Jada Toys made sure it had the rip-tattered look around his shoulder area. Ryu's rippling chest is barely contained in his uniform. Super impressed with the striated muscle texture achieved here. I guess all that punching pays off. Closing his gi around his body is Ryu's black belt, which has the same texture as the white uniform portion, but with a bit of a cording effect to it. I am super impressed on the clean paint job to the kanji on such a small belt area. I'm also very curious to know what the kanji text says, and if you know, drop it in the comments below. Moving down to the legs, they have the same texturized look and feel as the torso part of the gi. There's even a bagginess to them with the folds and such that allows Ryu the freedom of movement to perform devastating kicks. They also end in tatters, just like in the shoulder areas. Now, no martial artist is complete without his feet. See what I did there? Strangely enough, I am super impressed with the feet sculpt Jada Toys achieved here. I mean, they even managed to show toenail details even to the pinky toe. Impressive. Now, Ryu isn't Ryu without a Hadoken fireball, and Jada Toys was on top of that, giving us a fireball with this action figure. Just switch out to the alternate hands that allows Ryu to launch a Hadoken towards the challenger and set the fireball on the provided display stand, and you got a KO with this action figure pose. The translucent blue Hadoken fireball is legit, and I love how it can be posed in different directions and height using the provided accessory display stand. Yet Jada Toys goes one step further in this by actually showing the aftermath handprints in the fireball. How nerdmazing is that? Now that's attention to details if I say so. Okay, so let's move on to the unboxing and articulation of the Street Fighter 2 Ryu. And FYI, I'll be sharing a link at the end of this video that showcases some of the sweet action poses you can achieve with Ryu here, so don't miss that. So here's the Street Fighter 2 Ryu ready to unbox, and don't worry, we're going to check out some of the sweet arcade packaging highlights a little bit later on in this episode. But let's go ahead and get this figure out of the box. So, just turn him over like so. You can see there's a little bit of tape securing him at the bottom, which I pre-cut. And just go ahead and open him up like so. Do these flaps, and then pull the figure out. Put the box down. And here we have Ryu, all nice tucked away in a clamshell. They're form-fitted with this alternate head, this fireball, looks like a stand, and another part of the stand, I think this is to connect to the fireball, some alternate hands, and yep, it's taped up right here, so I'll have to undo that. And he does have a nice, cool 8-bit, or actually 16-bit background from the Street Fighter series video game. All right, and give me 1 second to get the Street Fighter 2 Ryu action figure out of the box so we can check out the articulation. All right, let's go ahead and check out the articulation of this Ryu action figure. So, with his head, he has a nice 360 spin, got great tilting side to side, tilts down, tilts up, nice little soft plastic right here on his headband. Head can easily pop off and pop on, so that's nice. Ooh, he's got his angry eyes. So put that down, put his normal head back on. Even the neck, as you can kind of see, has a little bit of articulation, a little bit of movement, which is really nice. All right, as for the shoulders, a nice T, really good. The bicep swivel, or the bicep rotation, is smooth like butter. Nice. Elbows go in really well. Very cool. And got some nice tightness to it. So very good locking there. All right, let's check out the rotation of his shoulders. Oh man, that is smooth as you can tell. Really awesome. As for his wrist, they point inwards somewhat and a little bit outwards, but little restriction right there. So they're not going to go too far, but they pop out really easily. And the alternate hands can pop in not too bad as well. So really good there. All right, put his normal hand back in. Let's put his arms up so we can check out his crunch. Really nice there, not too bad. And going backwards, not too bad. Side to side. It's got some good side to side action, which is really good. His gi and his belt, nice soft plastic. Let's see if he's got rotation at his torso. Really good. Now I feel like there's rotation or articulation right here, but there's going to be a little bit of limitation on him from staying pose because of his gi. I think that's going to restrict some stuff. But overall, really awesome so far. All right, let's go ahead and check out the legs. Splits. Huh, nice. Smooth like butter on that one as well. See if he's got any hip right there. Not much, but he does have an upper thigh rotation, which is really good. That is very smooth. His first knees. That's pretty good. Nice and tight. Really good locking, so they're not going to move around. So that's awesome. Let's see, anything else? No. All right. His feet spin around. Really good 360 right there at the ankle joint, or the ball joint at the ankle, I should say. Feet point down. Feet point up. So really nice, very smooth. And they have that rocking motion from side to side as well. And there's a hole at the bottom for the display stand to be used. All right, let's go ahead. And we've seen a little bit of the his accessories, his alternate head. I'll go show you that one more time. Really nicely done. And for his alternate hands, they look great too. These are more of his like Hadoken hands. Ooh, Hadoken! Which, speaking of, this is the base, and here is, I guess it's part of like the part that's going to hold up his fireball. So that just inserts like so, really easily. And you can almost miss it, but there's a little spot right here on the fireball. I can find it right there. Goes right inside, and it'll hold it up. So that's really nice. And this fireball, his Hadoken fireball, looks gorgeous. What's really cool is you got the images of his hands in there. That is so awesome. Well, all right, let's go ahead and check out the size of this Ryu action figure. Jada Toys states that the Street Fighter 2 action figure of Ryu is 6 inches tall, but let's put the ruler to him. Ryu here is actually 6 inches tall straight on, from his feet all the way up to his hair. Here is Ryu next to other notable fighters I have in my collection to give you a sense of scale. I wonder, who do you think would win in this fighting lineup? How awesome is the stand-up arcade Street Fighter packaging for Ryu? It feels like you just pumped in some quarters in it and selected Ryu as your fighting champion, as he is fully displayed behind the clear plastic. Jada Toys even made sure it was a 2-player, having 2 controllers and 2 sets of 6 buttons. Who's gonna be the next challenger? You even get Ryu's 16-bit arcade profile at the bottom portion and the Street Fighter 2 logo. Both the packaging sides showcase an illustrated version of other fighters in a dark pinkish tone. The backside shows the first wave of Street Fighter action figures that are being released, which is Ryu, Fei Long, and Chun-Li. You also have the characters select underneath them, hoping that means Jada Toys will be releasing all the fighting champions in the future, as I really want a Blanca and an E Honda. Now on to my pros and cons opinions on the Street Fighter 2 action figure Ryu from Jada Toys. The pros. The articulation. This has to be one of the best articulated figures in my collection for this price point, as every joint is very smooth and posable. There are just so many fighting poses you can achieve with Ryu here. The sculpt. Ryu's figure sculpt is great too. Looks pretty much spot on to the Street Fighter 2 version. Plus, I'm loving the look of the Hadoken fireball that you get. Fandom. If you're a Street Fighter Capcom video game fan, this is seriously a fandom collectible that you should consider getting, especially if Jada Toys will be releasing all the fighting character champions. The cons? Honestly, none. I honestly have no complaints on this Ryu action figure. It looks great, has the alternate hands and feet you need, plus a Hadoken. The only thing that I wish it had packaged with it would have been some sort of display stand for the character, especially something to help hold it up while you pose Ryu doing aerial fighting moves. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video I would share why Street Fighter meant so much to me. Not only does it bring back childhood nostalgia, but it also helped me make some lifelong friends. Now, me and my buddies would go to the local arcade or ride our bikes down to the gas station, pump some quarters into the Street Fighter machine, and to find out and battle each other out to find out who would be dominant that day. And later on, we would hang at each other's houses and play it when it became available on console. Street Fighter, like many other video games, really helped me make a special bond with people. And with that, allowed me to have some best friends in my life that I still have today. So here's my favorite part of the episode, giving a shout out to some Nerdmazing fans. So, special shout out to Existimu, Toy Hunter, Scribdoodle, Glass Eater, Zook1, and the Horror Cat Dad. Now, if you want to have a chance for a shout out in the next Nerdmazing review episode, simply drop your comment below for a chance. So are you ready to see what amazing action figure poses you can achieve with the Street Fighter Ryu? Well, check this video out right here. Or maybe these collectibles are more your style. Well, thanks for joining me here on Nerdmazing, and as always, be passionate in what you do, share your passion with others, and be kind to one another, as this world can always use more goodness in it. This is Adam with Nerdmazing, and I'll see you next time.